Hi everyone, it's Steffi from effieandcards.blogspot.co.uk and I'm here today to share with you yet another project I've made using the Eastern Palace suite. Right, this is what we're making today. Please excuse me bow. And this is using the Festive Birthday DSP pack. What you do is when you open it, take off your ribbon, open your box, and it falls down like this. This box is stuck on the inside and then that falls down, revealing a Terry's chocolate orange. So this is what we're going to make today. It's really easy. So I'll just pop this back together and then I'll show you what you need to make it. Right, we'll do the outside box first, and this card I'm using is Dapper Denim. It needs to measure 9 3/4 by 9 3/4. Then what you want to do is score it on all four sides at 3 1/4 inches. So score it there, just rotate it and do that on every side. And just go ahead and fold and burnish those score lines. I really love these boxes. I just think they're so fun. I'd love to receive stuff like this. Right, so that is what we've got. What we want to do is these 4 squares in the corner, just want to cut them away completely. So just get your scissors and cut up this score line. You could use your trimmer to do this if you don't feel very confident with your scissors. It's entirely up to you. I hope you're all enjoying all the projects I've been bringing to you so far this week. I must admit it's the first time I've ever done anything like this and I'm having so much fun. I really am. There's just two more to do. Last one. Might have been easy if I'd used bigger scissors. Right, then what I want to do at this point, I want to pop my DSP. I'm going to use the same DSP to decorate the outside as well as the inside. So this is the paper I've decided I'm using from the Eastern Palace DSP pack. Absolutely stunning. I love this lemon lime twist. Obviously it's all double-sided. And these need to measure 3 by 3. And then they're just going to sit on there like that. So go ahead with our Tombow, and I'll quickly, what I'll do is I'll put all of these on and then I'll be right back. Right, I'm back now and I've covered all 4 of the sides on the inside and also the outside. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make the lid for this. So we'll just pop that to one side. And here's my piece of DSP I'm using, again from the Eastern Palace suite. And just look how gorgeous it is. That's so beautiful. And that is it on the reverse. So this piece of DSP needs to measure 7 3/8 by 7 3/8. Then what you want to do on all 4 sides is score it at 1 inch and 2 inch, and just repeat that on all 4 sides. So what we're going to do, we're going to make this into a reinforced lid, just to give it that little bit more rigidity when we're putting the box lid on and off. one more side, and then we can get on cutting away the bits that we don't need. Right, so that's them all folded and burnished. Now what I want to do with the reinforced, you might have seen me do these before, or in fact other demos. These 4 squares here, effectively we want to cut away this bottom 3. So just cut up to that second score line, cut away the bottom 2 squares, and then take off this last square. I just like to mite it in a little bit here, and then just make this into a little tab. We're just going to do that on all of the sides. So again, cut up here, cut away the 2 bottom squares off, mite it in, and then mite it in when you take that off, and then just take a little bit off here, and then turn it all the way around and do exactly the same on this side. The last one now, so cut up to that second score line, cut away the bottom 2 squares, mite it in on this little square, just want to come off that bit, and then mite it in here, and then mite it in there. Oh, and then just that little bit off here. So let's get rid of this rubbish, and this is what you're left with. So what we want to do is we want to put adhesive on all 4 of these tabs, and then also along the top here. So what I'll do is I'm going to use my fast fuse for this, just for quickness. And remember, it's on DSP, so you might want to keep hold of it so it doesn't go anywhere. Get that piece of fast fuse off me. You don't want to tear your tabs. Oh, don't forget to flick. And then we'll just, oh, 1 second. Destroying my tape. Then what we want to do is we want to bring these tabs up and just fold that round to all of these sides. And the last one up like that. And then all I need to do is just fold these sides over. And what I like to do is I just like to go in with my bone folder. Just make sure they're nice and stuck down. And there's our lid, which should now hopefully fit on our box like that. So we'll pop that to one side and we'll get started on the inside box. Again, I'm using Dapper Denim cardstock, and this needs to measure 9 inches by 9 inches and then score on all 4 sides at 3 inches. So we'll just go ahead and fold and burnish all these. This is going to work exactly the same way as the outside box. We are going to cut away these 4 outside corners. So let's do that. And the last one, oh, my scissors are stuck. Right, there we go. Let's get rid of my rubbish once again. So again, we'll be left with that sort of shape. I've also gone ahead and pre-cut, oh, excuse me, some of the DSP for these panels, and what I've used is I've used the same paper as what I'm using for the lid of the outer box, and these need to measure 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and they're just going to sit in as with the other ones, and on the outside you need 8 of those. So I'm just going to adhere them and then I'll be right back. Right, that's all done. All of the DSP's been adhered on both sides. So we'll pop that to one side and we'll construct the lid. So in this, again, it's the same concept as the previous one, and I'm just using the other DSP that I used for the box, but this time for the lid. This one needs to measure 7 3/16 by 7 3/16. Sorry about the dodgy measurements, but it was the only way I could do it. So basically 3/16 is just over 1 1/8, but under 1 1/4. If you've got a Stampin' Up trimmer, they do have the measurements on here. Oh, sorry, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. You need to score again at 1 and 2 inches on all 4 sides. Be good if I told you that before I started burnishing them, wouldn't it? Whoops. Can I say I must be having a blonde moment. And then the last side. And there we go. And then what we're going to do again is just the same as the other one. So reinforced lid. So we're going to, where these 4 squares are, we're going to, I don't know if it would be easy for you to see on this side. Turn over, we're going to cut up to the second score line. Cut away the bottom 2 squares. And then cut away that outside square. And we're just going to notch in here and then on here. Yeah, I did do that one, and then again on this side. Cut away bottom 2. Take a little wedge off here. Make this one into a tab, and then slightly lighter. Flip it round and do exactly the same on the other side. Oops. Last one, cut up to the second score line, cut away the bottom 2 squares, and then cut away this last square. We'll just notch in to make this into a tab, and then notch in here. So again, you'll be left with that sort of shape. Let's get rid of all this rubbish. It doesn't look very nice, does it? I'll try to be as tidy as I can when I'm crafting. but it doesn't always work. So again, we need adhesive on these 4 tabs here and then along here. Remember to keep tight hold of your tabs because they are already DSP and they will rip if you pull on them too hard. Stick down that. And the last tab. Right, so again, you just fold these around to form your box. Sorry, I feel as if I keep on going into shot. On there, and then last one here. And then again, just fold them sides in to give you your reinforced lid. Right, now what we'll do, we'll just check, make sure that it fits. Oh, I'm positive it will. Yep, now we go and we have that. So all we'll do is just take the lid off for the time being and we'll bring back in our bigger box. So what's going to happen is I'm going to apply some adhesive on the back of here, and then that is just going to sit inside like that. Okay, so what I'm going to use this time, I'm going to use some of my Tombow. You could use your Fast Fuse or your tear and tape, but the Tombow will give you that little bit wiggle room. Probably far too much on there, I know, but and then just line it up so it's quite even. I think that's going to be about it. Just a little bit unfolded to make sure that's down quite nicely. And what you want to do is get your Terry's chocolate orange and pop it in like that. Lift your sides up and pop on the lid, and then lift the outside box sides up and pop on your lid, and that is us nearly done. All we're going to do now is pop some ribbon on, and the ribbon I'm using is this gold 1/8 of an inch ribbon. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. I was going to use Dapper Denim ribbon, but I didn't have any. So what I like to do is I just like to carefully put it over like that, making sure it's all as straight as can be. Bring that bit through. And then what I'll do is I'll just snip some off. So I've got enough to do a bow. Just far too much again, but it's okay. This is where you see me fighting. I'm going to tie this in a knot first, just so I can do my bow as neat as I can, like that. And then we're just going to see if we can do a bow. I managed yesterday, so I'm hoping that I can do the same again today. See if we can just pretty that up a little bit. first I'm going to get it. Then we just want to trim off our tails like that, and that is our box all done. I really hope you like how it's turned out. Bring our other one, minus the ribbon back in. Double exploding box, done in 2 different colourways. I hope you like it. Thank you for watching. Bye.